So originally, I had very little knowledge and experience with cameras, mics, and editing software such as DaVinci, and find uploading it to websites was something I'd never done before. So using websites such as Wix was completely alien to me. Whereas once I started getting going, you can really see a difference in where my work started compared to where it ended. So, for example, originally I'd film with big, heavy cameras and try and do cool, fast-paced movement shots with that. Then eventually I realized that I could use cameras and gimbals, which was more stable and would work more effectively and would be far easier and quicker to set up. Similarly, originally a lot of my projects were filmed horizontally rather than vertically, which is obviously a big issue when you're filming a project, which has been rectified in my later projects. And then when looking at my Wix, you can really see a difference. So as you can see here, my encounter, it's my first ever bit of footage I made. I filmed this all horizontally. And this was just a terrible piece of work in comparison to what I finished with. Shows a real change in what I did over time. So my advert, which I made, was a Versace advert, and I compared this to other previous adverts as shown here. And then my green screen task was sort of the first step of using editing software such as DaVinci. So I would grab previous footage, which I screen recorded, and then lay over this with green screen. I made a full PowerPoint as to how I did all of this, which made it easy to follow. And then my highlights video was my first use of DaVinci for not green screening, but for putting clips together and then putting music over the top to try and make an effective highlights video. So this involved shutting clips together of my rugby games and then laying music and audios over the top to make a more effective highlights video. And then looking at my genre analysis, I once again utilised the slideshows on Wix, where I analysed the props and the colour of the opening sequences of two separate movies. So I analysed Pulp Fiction and Baby Driver. So I analysed an older and a newer film, and these are fairly similar items. And then I also eventually had to do a film pitch, which involved making the production, or what I would pitch to a panel as to what my film was about. I had to present to my peers and a PowerPoint which I had made entirely about what I would like my film to present, make a narrative, a synopsis, a footage sheet as to what shots I wanted to film at certain points, my ideas, my props. So everything was put into that, and this was uploaded onto Wix. And then finally, I had to, once everything was done, I had to make my rough edits, my final product, which is obviously the amalgamation of all my work, because it involved everything I'd learned over time, such as not using vertical footage, but also utilizing DaVinci and other editing software, and then also using phones and different ways to film. And while at the start, DaVinci was quite a big issue. Once it was sorted out and uploaded my work, it was so easily accessible, and as shown in some of the case of slideshows, it was far easier to upload all my work like that rather than individually at a time.